stick a fork in me. Stick a bloody fork in me, because I am done. Woo! But fucking hell. I mean, I mean, fuck. Hey guys, xthedarkone here. It's another week. We've got another episode of VRains. The conclusion to the duel. I've got new stuff all behind me. Ah, look at all that. Look at all that. Look at that. Look at what's going on. What is going on with all that? Right there. Come on. That episode, guys. That episode. Let's hop on the VRain train and talk about turn 12, Impregnable, defending dragon firewall. So the duel. This duel, from start to finish, has been just epic. Fucking Revolver has easily situated himself in my slot of arguably one of my favourite Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters at the moment. He's barely been in it. But my god, I fucking loved this duel from start to finish. A 4-part duel. This is the biggest duel we've had for yet. It's the biggest fucking one we've got going. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So the duel starts off. I say starts off. We pick up where the duel left off. Firewall's out on the field. Playmaker's like, fucking come at me, bro. Fucking come at me. He's trying to do stuff. And fucking Revolver's like, got an effect. And I'm like, of course you've got more effects, Revolver. Of course you've got more stuff you want to do. Of fucking course you do. Left, right and centre, everything Playmaker tried to do, Revolver had something to stop it, and then Playmaker would counter it, and it threw you straight into it, fucking balls first, no mucking about, and then Revolver had his go. Yusuke was able to just, stave himself for a bit, and then Revolver lays it down. He lays down the law. He's like, alright, this is your last turn, Playmaker. You have this turn. If you do not make your victory on this turn, you is fucked, mate. He's like, look, I can tell you right now, the situation and what it is, you don't make this turn, tough shit, mate. Tough fucking titties, you don't make this turn. If you don't win this, if you don't win it, I'm gonna win, because I've got my big beast, my fucking monster card here. He's gonna wipe your shit out. So you better fucking sort yourself, Playmaker. Playmaker's right, look, gotta fucking do this now. So, boom, he throws out, Battle Buffer, I believe it's called. Every time a Sideburst monster battles, it gets a token. For every token it gets, Sideburst Link monsters, I think, or just Sideburst monsters, get a power boost of 700 points. So, boom, he attacks. Revolver uses its effect. Oh, I can blast away your fucking, Firewall Dragon. Not if I've got cards in the graveyard, you don't. Playmaker was just sending shit. Playmaker had so much shit in the graveyard. Everything he did was a result. That's become like the new thing. It used to be like, oh, I have a trap card. Wait, one moment, I have this trap card set on the field. We don't have that anymore. Everything, it just seems to be that everything we have now is activating from the graveyard. I play this from the graveyard. I play that from the graveyard. It's like, so we can't see it on the field, like it's a sort of surprise, and it's, I don't know, it's a bit cheap, I think it's just, that's one thing that's kind of winding me up, because it's just like, you're there thinking, how are they going to do it, and the Playmaker's like, oh yeah, this card in my graveyard, I can remove it, and it gets a new effect. I mean, I get it, I mean, that's become a really common thing with, Yu-Gi-Oh! At the moment. A lot of card effects coming out where they have their own effect, but then you can remove them from the graveyard and they have a whole new effect. So I get it that there's more of these cards coming out, so it's becoming kind of the norm, but it kind of, for me personally, it takes away some of the, like, how's he going to do it? Oh, wait, he had a card in his graveyard that he could just remove, I guess. I mean, I get it adds a new plot, twist to a duel, but I like looking at this field and going, look, what are those face down cards? Like, for example, at the end of the episode, at the end of the first part of the duel, the speed duel, where Revolver's doing the attack, we all knew Playmaker only had one card face down, and we knew he was going to play that card. It was like, he's going to play that card. We didn't know what the card was, but we knew he was going to play it. And I get it. Having no cards on the field gives you that sort of, oh, suspense of disbelief. What can it do? But then the fact he just turns around and goes, oh yeah, shit in the graveyard still has effects now, so I'll get rid of that. So, that's my opinion, but it's also, you know, it was good to, you know, that he had these ways out, I suppose. So he tries attacking, he uses effect, Revolver's like, fuck, I'm going to wipe you out. Playmaker's like, no, we've got a card in the graveyard, remove that. Firewall is unaffected by all shit. And so it's like, bollocks, what are we going to do? And so Playmaker then plays another card, which then powers up Encode Talker. He tries to attack. Fucking Revolver! No! Another effect! Another month! I play a trap card now! This trap card lets me use, equip a card, lets me just get rid of one Varrow monster, equips to my Bomber, not Bomber Dragon, is it Bomber Dragon? Equips my big fucking dragon, he can then select another card, and I'm just selecting his effect then activates. Revolver just fucking, it's like effect tandem with this guy, just going off with effects. He keeps going, everything Playmaker throws at him, he just throws it right back. But he's like, right, I'll play this new card I remove another card from my graveyard, let me summon Decode Talker back. I'm gonna, you know, he now gets powered up, I'm going to attack, and he's like, nope, new effect, now I play a trap card and you fucking got it now, bye Decoder Talker, see you later. And at this point, Firewall Dragon is now beastly at like 7,200 life points. And he's like, look mate, give it up. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. And that's when the cusp of this episode comes down to it, folks. Because Playmaker's like, look, I've got 3 reasons I need to beat you. And Rover's like, excuse me? He's like, 1, I've got to fucking find out what happened to me all those years ago. 2, gotta get back my time from all that shit, from all those years ago. 3, I gotta save that friend who saved me. And he went, and Revolver, you could just tell he was like, and I knew he would. And when he was doing it, it totally started making all the theories that are coming up with just that much. Oh, if I'm wrong after seeing all that, I'm gonna be so pissed off. But it's just like he was going, fucking what? 3 things? He was like, you were at the incident 10 years ago. Yeah, I was there. I can't remember what something about vengeance he called himself. Very Sasuke, if you don't mind my saying. But he was like, yeah, I'm here. I was there and I'm going to come get revenge for it. Ghost Girl's like, mayhaps I've heard something quite interesting. Zyson's like, oh, fuck, anyone's talking about. What do you mean? What do you mean 10 years ago? What the fuck happened 10 years ago? I had a shit 10 years ago. What happened 10 years ago? And then you can see it. You can see Revolver. He's now putting all the pieces together. You know, the way he was speaking. 3 things. And he was like, and I think he sussed it. He is definitely, and even his dad, his father, was like, no, it can't be. And then that weird fucking G-Man guy pops up and it's just like, and he's just like, isn't fate weird if this is true? It's like, if that's true, if that's what I think it is, fate's a bit weird, isn't it? And then Revolver is fucking pissed. Revolver's like, Playmaker, you fucking idiot. Playmaker, how could you help Soul Technologies without knowing the truth? And Playmaker's like, fuck you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you on about? And then even Zyson's like, what the fuck is he on about? What is he on about? And, you know, it's just like, he's like, I don't believe you're working for you're helping Soul Technologies. You don't even realise what's going on. You didn't do that. We then cut to, you know, a bit of dialogue, whatever. People going, well, what the fuck happened 10 years ago? I don't know what happened 10 years ago. What the fuck happened 10 years ago? And then Playmaker's like, right, it's time to put us to an end. One more card he removes from the graveyard. That same card then gets rid of 2 Link monsters from the graveyard, banishes them, and it lets a Link monster on the field attack twice. Playmaker gets his attack, Firewall Dragon goes for Tempest attack, doesn't destroy the monster, but deals more than enough damage to wipe him out. Boom, duel's over. And I was exhausted. We weren't even halfway through the fucking episode, and I was just like, motherfuckers, so much, such a fast pace, so much going on, and I love it. Playmaker's then like, look man, I beat you, you promised me information, give me the information. And then, you know, Revolver was nice, he got up and he calmly and kindly explained everything that happened. And all the information the Playmaker wanted. Except he didn't do that, did he? He didn't do that. That's not what happened. What happened? He just bit his arm off. I mean, you saw that, right? You saw that. Ignis was just like, I'ma have it. Nom 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 nom. Went all fucking Pac-Man on him. Went to this fucking demon form. Swooped in. He jumped back and he just went, a glomp. Took out his arm. I mean, I know they're avatars. I know it's not their real body. But come on, Yu-Gi-Oh. Come on, VRains. Yeah, a guy lost his arm. You know what I mean? And I get it's not a real body, but it was like the imagery of him just going, ah! Oh, I'm sorry. Ignis is a dick. Ignis is about to come back in for more. He's charging in. Lightning bolt comes down and strikes him. Ignis can't move. Green light comes down. He's like, Dad. So obviously his father's intervened and is now holding back Ignis and saving his son. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, true evil. I mean, I'm so unconvinced they're the bad guys. I'm so not convinced they are. The Knights of the Night, I'm just not convinced. I'm not convinced. He fucks off. They then go back to Zyzen. Oh yeah, we got Aoi as well. Oh yeah, she was in this show, wasn't she? Remember a few episodes ago I was talking about how I really hoped they'd do something interesting with Aoi and not make her sort of stereotypical, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh female, and then for these last 4 or 5 episodes, it's just been Playmaker trying to save Aoi. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I hope now that she's awake, maybe they'll start developing that character more. I really hope they do. They've got such a good formula for her character that's so interesting. They've only teased us with the nuances of her character, and I just want to explore her more, like on an emotional level, to see. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. VRains, don't fuck it up. Make Aoi interesting, please. I'm begging you. You can do it. You can write good characters. But it's then you're like, might make this female character interesting, and you know. And then they have a little devil and angel, and the angel goes, "Nah, just make her in love with the main protagonist. They fucking love that. Think of the fan fictions and the artwork." And then he goes, "Yeah, okay, I'll do that." So he cures Aoi. They all log out. Zyzen runs out, and he's just like, his mate's already there. He's like, oh, I have an anonymous tip. Turns out Emma gave him the anonymous tip. He then goes to the hospital. They get to, Aoi wakes up, and, you know, it's a really touching moment. He starts crying. You know, he can't be the villain. He can't be, he's such a nice guy. He's a big brother, and, you know, his sister, and it was a good moment. A good moment. We then get, you know, Revolver coming back to his dad, and his dad's like, that shit went wrong there, didn't it, mate? And he restored his arm, very, you know, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood style, just fixing his arm like, he's like, there you go, sorted your arm out there, mate. And then he's like, don't worry, we'll get Ignis back another time. And his dad was like, yeah, I'm good. Don't need it. I got all the information I need from that duel. We're not going to get Ignis. We're going to move on to the next stage of our plan. What could that be? Interesting. Again, didn't watch promos, so I don't fucking know. As Playmaker comes back, he has a little sleep. You have a fucking flashback from the previous episode, which I hate, but it was in the form of a dream sequence. So he wakes up. Turns out all that time his mate's been typing away, looking at this new program that Ignis downloaded, because Ignis won't tell him what it is. And then he's like, Ignis, what is it? It's a weird image. And then Ignis is like, I'll show you. And it does all this big, turns out it's just a little shitty body. It's just it's his body. All that for his body, so he can have a new body. So, you know, it is what it is. He's got his body back, and that's the fucking episode. Let's talk about the theories. Guys, my theories on this have not changed. They've just been supported more by this episode. The Knights of Hanoi are not the fucking villains in this. I just don't think they are. I think they're really not the bad guys. I forgot to mention it in the review part, but let's not forget there was that scene where the chess piece, evil chess, I'm going to say evil, because it is. The chess piece bosses were like, it appears Zyzen knows too much. We must now get rid of him. Oh, but who will take his place? Oh, how about fuckface number 1? Yes, fuckface number 1's a very good idea. We'll get him to do it. Oh, okay, he'll jump at the opportunity. So we're going to get a new character jumping in. He's going to be like a new a new antagonist. He's going to be like a new villain, no doubt. So they obviously were involved in some proper shady. It so is. So clearly, Soul Technologies, I'm sticking with my theory, Soul Technologies either hired Revolver's father and they created the Cyberse, and he created Ignis and the Cyberse, and the Cyberse were gonna take over, and Soul Technologies were gonna take him. Another theory just popped up. What if the chess pieces, because we're just assuming the chess pieces are representing real people, like real business people who are just communicating via the VRains network, and the theory, you know, and that's all very good, and that might be the case. They might just be communicating, might be human beings. What if they're not? What if the 3 chess pieces are actually AI? AI that have, like one of the AIs that have been developed and then have gone off and, you know, gone off and done his own thing. What if the 3 figureheads now of Soul Technologies are some rogue AIs? Because they keep talking, you know, they mention the whole AI with free will, and oh, Ignis is an AI with free will, he's unique and everything. But what if he wasn't? What if he wasn't actually the only one? If you remember the first episode, we saw Ignis, but we did see a few more AIs who were trying to fight off Revolver. So who were they? What are they all up to? Interesting time. So I'm going to add to my theory that I'm sticking with it. The Soul Technology are the villains. The Knights of Hanoi are trying to stop them from doing whatever it is they're trying to do. And maybe the chess piece that we're seeing, maybe they were humans, but now they've been killed or whatever, and now they're AIs and they're controlling everything, and they're trying to get the Cyberse back to do something big. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. As before, I didn't watch the preview, so I don't know what's going to happen in the preview. Please do not talk about the preview. I don't want to know. I'm liking my discipline to not watch previews, so I know I can go in nice and surprised. So please don't talk about the previews in the comments, because I do read them. Because I like to know what you guys think. I like to know about your theories. If you want to talk more about the theories, don't forget to join the Discord, because we have a VRains discussion room in there. If you are in that discussion room, I'm going to say this on this channel right now, before you go in that discussion channel, watch the newest episode. Be up to date on the episodes, because there are spoilers being put in that, you know, because we talk about the episodes as they're up. So I've learned to do that. I'm not doing that. I didn't do that anyway. So I'm going to tell you guys as well. If you do join the Discord and the VRains discussion, and you don't want spoilers before you see the episode, do not go to that Discord before you've seen the current episode of that week, because they will post spoilers. They do. Okay, so I'm just letting you know. Overall, it was such an action-packed episode. I know it's hard to say action-packed in a Yu-Gi-Oh anime, but it was. The duels are action in their own way. As passionate duelists, you know, we can watch 2 guys play with cards and then do the moves, and we're like, fuck no, fuck off, and it blows us away. Like me and Rob, when we went to see Dark Side Dimensions, me and Rob were looking at each other, just watching shit, and looking at each other going, fuck. When Kaiba summoned Exodia in Dark Side Dimensions, I remember looking next to me, Rob looking over to me, and we both just went, obviously we didn't shout because we had to stay, we were in the cinema, but my god, it was a good time. And so I react like that, and I get really involved in a duel, in a really good duel. Like I could sit and watch a good duel, some good, you know, good original moves, especially character duels. You know, I love watching all those moves unfold, and this is the same. This was a prime example of that. Everything Playmaker did, everything, you know, was countered by Revolver. Everything he tried, Playmaker had something up his sleeve. It was so good, and while it was one-sided at one point, Playmaker brought it back, and it was just such an entertaining duel to watch. And there's so much, and every question that got answered, more got asked, and I loved it. This episode was fantastic, and the entire 4-episode saga of this duel was just brilliant, and I can't wait to see where we go now in the next part of this show. I love it. Top marks. Anyway guys, that's all I've got time for today. I'll see you all next week when we talk about my next episode. I can't wait to see what's going to go down. But until then, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.